Good evening. The word of the day is grateful. To tell you about grateful, I need to tell you about my day, and I have to go back a couple days to tell you what went on to make this day. This past week, I've been trying to get 2 hay cutting jobs done. I do some hay cutting on the side, and these particular jobs are close together, so it makes sense to do them at the same time. We had a weather forecast that looked good for this week, so I went on Sunday afternoon and cut hay at one place, and then on Monday I spent the whole day cutting hay at the other place. My plan was to bale the one that I cut on Sunday on Wednesday and the one that I cut on Monday on Thursday. Because of all the rain we've had recently, I knew that the ground underneath the hay would be very wet. I also knew that both of these hay fields had a very heavy amount of hay on them, and I knew that it might take a little while to dry. But on Monday, as I was cutting the second place, I began to notice that the hay that I cut early that morning was drying very quickly. The humidity was so low on Monday that it was almost sucking the water out of the hay. I could see it drying as it fell out of the machine almost. So I knew, this might get drier quicker than I thought. Then I watched the weather forecast. The weather forecast that had originally been for only a 20% chance of showers on Thursday now had a 40 or 50% chance of showers, depending on which forecast you looked at. I began to think, I've got to do something about this, or this is going to be a disaster. I'm going to have all this heavy hay down, and it's going to get wet, and that's going to hurt the quality. It's going to hurt the quantity. It's going to make it take me longer to get it all baled up. So on Tuesday, I went and checked on the hay that I had cut first. It was almost dry enough to bale right then. I waited till Tuesday evening and we raked that field of hay, and I actually baled part of it Tuesday evening. Today was the perfect day. The dew was off of that hay this morning by about 9:45, and I finished the small job baling by lunchtime. My daughter was able to get off work and come home and rake hay for me, and she timed it so perfectly because, see, when you're baling hay, there's a sweet spot when the hay is just right. If it's a little bit damp, you can't bale it because it won't keep. But if it gets too dry, it becomes harder to bale, especially if you're round baling. And she was there keeping it raked at just the right spot. It wasn't getting too dry. It wasn't too wet. It was perfect. The baler ran great, and I finished all the hay today. I don't have to worry at all about the rain on Thursday because all the hay has been baled. And the folks that I was baling it for, the square bales I baled, they're all in the barn. The round bales are almost all in the barn, and they think they'll have time to finish in the morning before we have a chance of showers. This was a great day for me. And because of that, I am very grateful. I am grateful for my family who worked as a team to help me. My son got up early this morning and helped me get everything ready and get everything moved to the field. My daughter got off early and came home and helped me get the hay raked. My wife even came to the field this evening when I was tired and hungry and brought me a snack and helped me make it to the end of the day. But folks, it's good to be grateful for good days. But when you can be grateful for every day and remember all the good things that God has given you, that makes these days even better, and it keeps the bad days from being unbearable. Remember to be grateful every day. Have a good day.